Welcome everyone to the 911 Real Estate Call. Whether you're a doctor managing patients, a business owner running operations, or an entrepreneur balancing multiple ventures, this space is designed for you. Multifamily real estate investing can seem overwhelming, but today we're going to make it simpler and smarter. Today we'll dive into the real deals, discuss strategies, exchange ideas to help you grow your portfolio and generate wealth. This call isn't just about properties, it's about building strong connections and creating long-term financial success. Let's jump in and unlock the next step in your investment journey. I'm excited for this.
My presentation is almost like secondary. I think the 365 chat, Mike Kousis is, he's coming to look at a deal with Darren, dude. We don't even have to do my presentation. We could cover a deal in the contract. There's so much to talk about.
That could be the after party.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. That can be the post party.
I'll be like, we'll talk about everything else. And, oh, by the way, we have a presentation today. I want to talk about what Andy's doing after this. I'm going to get him so hyped up. He's going to run through the wall and do 5 miles. That's what my job. That's what my job is to do today.
He already did it this morning, Marco. I mean, like, he's on the other
second round, man. That's it.
Word.
Second round. I put in 7 miles today.
Get you all hyped up.
Yeah. That's what we're here to do. Get peak mental state, man.
Yeah, what everyone's doing in the 365 chat is pretty amazing.
Ramo, what's up, my friend?
Alex, it's unbelievable.
Good morning,
I-
Eric. How are you?
I started that
Good.
chat.
How are
I
you,
started
my
that
friend?
chat for just me,
Good,
Ian, and
good, good.
Robert, and like maybe 2 other people. I needed a platform where Ian could post every day. Like I knew what he wanted to do. And I'm like, dude, we already blew up the other chat with multifamily tips. I said, Ian, let's start. I started this for me, you, and Robert, and we'll add 3 or 4 people. It went so good. Once I just saw Andy's down like 40, 45 pounds in a couple months. I'm like, yeah, we have to add a lot of people.
That's it. What's up, Ian?
There's
What's
the
up,
man.
guys? You heard us talking about you.
Yeah,
I did, man.
Burning.
My ears were burning. Yeah.
It's all good.
Good to be here, man.
Yeah. Robert, Matt. Robert, you changed.
Yeah,
I thought
that was a
showing up.
blooper
You
reel.
were showing up your guns, man. What happened?
Even when
That
I
was a
took buttons prematurely. I mean,
Oh,
you
that
know,
was a nice
it was
blooper
blooper
reel.
Robert's here.
I just got out of the shower after my 365 exercise, and I'm sitting here in my tank top here.
What's up with this There's a lot of 365 talk. We gotta mention today. What's up with that 365? I want to hear about it. Well,
Yeah,
please.
seriously.
Awesome.
What is that all about?
I don't know, man.
Awesome.
It's about life and family. That's what it's about.
I think it's about good change.
That's right.
Yeah,
So
as a
you-
person evolving.
Mac, what's up, my friend?
Mr.
I'm sure you already had your 12 egg omelet and your 5 protein shakes before you got on the call. Is that right?
Go do a HIIT workout, which I haven't done in 8 years.
What?
You can actually go outside and do it. It's warm, isn't it?
Oh, it's too hot to do things outside.
Oh,
Yeah. You miss
He's from
Minnesota?
Minnesota.
I don't miss it.
You know who we're missing? We're missing the person I'm doing this call for. He better get his butt on here. Mr. Ryan Potok. Is he out
He
here?
might be feeding a kid.
I was
Oh.
just looking forward to him for quite some time this morning. He's jumping on.
No, I know he is. The call's basically, I'm doing it for him, man. And everybody else. Get that kid fed.
Joanne Cyber.
good
morning, man.
Joanne.
Welcome,
Yeah.
Joanne.
Thank you.
Welcome to our crazy family.
Okay.
She has
How's
no
everybody doing
idea.
this morning?
You will see too.
I can't see you either because I'm using just my phone. So
It's okay.
All
You're gonna
good.
hear our
Thanks for
energy.
joining us.
Yes. Follow Alex Tam on social media. We'll put up some pictures later, and then you can get a good visual on everybody.
Boom.
sounds good.
All right, we're gonna wait another minute or so for everyone to roll in, and we're gonna get started. It's gonna be good.
This is a great call especially for even before we start Connor Maxwell, all the young guys out there. You guys have not lived through recessions like I have. I've lived through 3 recessions. I was a senior in 1992 with the 88 to 94 recession, 80 or the Reagan, right after Reagan. And I've been through 3 recessions. I was a senior as I was learning what my dad and mom went through on that one. And then I went through the other recessions. So if you're a young guy, you haven't been through recessions. You don't know market cycles. That's what I'm going to teach. You actually should get like a history book or something. It's not that long ago. Like we should Google recessions of 88 to 94, the dot-com at 2000, the 2007, and now the 2023. So if you're a young guy, you should study recessions because history repeats itself. Absolutely repeats itself.
All right. Let's get rolling here. Welcome, everyone, to the 911 Real Estate Call, where Eric and I, on a monthly basis, get together and get special people on this call to really open the eyes of not just real estate, but how we can do better every single month and improve. And today we have a very special speaker, Mr. Marco Barbaro. Now, some of you might know him, some of you may not. So Marco, let's go back to the 90s, since Marco's talking about recessions and all. Back in 96, Marco graduated from Fairfield University. He actually turned down a job from GE. I don't know if you guys know that, GE Capital, and went into the restaurant business with his brother, Gino. At 23, he bought his first multifamily, a 4-family in New York. And in 2013, he began investing with his brother, Gino and Jake, in Knoxville, Tennessee, where they purchased their first 25-unit deal. Now, since then, he has partnered with Jake and Gino on his own and with Sharpline on over 3,800 units. He currently owns 28 generational wealth properties, 20 syndications, totaling 48 multifamily deals. Now, he's won awards. We think he's just multifamily. He's a 12-time award-winning executive chef and restaurant owner. He's the co-founder of the exclusive MIH Mastermind with over 280 members and students, closing many deals. I'm one of them, right? He's done 25 refi and roll properties. Between 2020 to 2024, he closed 28 deals. Does self-management with all the deals with Sharpline, vertically integrated. He is a true go-giver. He's a mentor of ours. He's raised some couple tens of millions of dollars, about 80 plus. And we are so happy and very, very grateful that he's here with us today. So without further ado, Marco, you take this over. Let's go.
Guys, I'm just so excited all week to come on to this, guys. We're doing besides this presentation, there's so much positive to talk about. I don't even need to do this presentation. Michael, who's my buddy from New York, used to come to my restaurant, and I'm friends with his father-in-law, is looking at a deal. Robert's closing. I'm going to create some good energy before we start. Robert's closing a brand new flex space, bought the property next door, is building another flex space with his partners who are construction, who do the build outs for NBC and ESPN studios. And they did an NBC studio in China. So I flew out to see who his partners were. Let's see around here. There's Jaideep, might not be on the call. He's closing his 3rd deal in like a few months.
He's on the call.
Oh, he's on the call. My boy Jay made it. Good. I don't have to call him and yell at him later. So Jay, in bad times, guys, what did I say November 2022? I told you all in the chat. I told my wife, I said, get ready for 2-3 years of it's going to be really bad. I kept saying it on the chat. And how is it from? I telling Connor, studying recessions. Without COVID, I predicted a recession in 22 to my brother in 2018. I'm going to tell that story. COVID hit, told Chris, it delayed it 1 year, basically. You had a historic run from 2012 to 22, 10 years. That's unheard of. When I say the word, I'm going to say it again, historic. That means it hasn't happened before that many years. That was a historic run. And I'll go over that story. So I'm going to teach today, but how do we teach, guys? I'm going to tell all stories about me, my brother, Robert, everybody. So that I really want you to do 2 things. Ryan, I need you to grab a pen and paper, and I hope you have it ready. Because 20% of what you hear, you retain. 50% of what you see, you retain. 92% of what you jot down, you retain. This calls for you. I need you, even though we're going to get the recording, I need you to jot down a couple quotes, a couple things, and you're going to keep them near your desk after this. Okay? And I want to keep this interactive a little bit. I'm going to go very fast, guys, because I honestly talk about 5-10 hours about this. I'm not kidding. You guys see it on the chat. For the rest of the year, every week, I'm going to update economy, and I'm going to update this journey. This is a year conversation compressed into 45 minutes to an hour. Okay. Literally, all year long, you guys are going to get this free. All year, as you have since November 2022. So I want to get Robert on here. There's so much experience and knowledge and on this call, I can't even tell you. So Rob, I'm gonna try and ask you a couple good questions because I want you to bring the value later. So guys, write down some questions if you have them. I'm gonna talk and run through it fast, and then I want to be a little interactive, and that's how we're gonna learn.
Now,
One thing
Marco, before I know you're going to run through this, before you run through this, I want everyone to turn on their cameras and snap a picture real
There you
quick.
go.
All right? Because
Please turn on your cameras.
here we go. 1, 2, and 3. All right. That's one. Let's do one more for good measure. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Perfect.
So for the young guys, on the chat, I'm gonna repeat this 1,000 times. Things like this is first tip that doesn't have to do with this. Google peak mental state under Tony Robbins, learn it. I get into peak mental state at 9 in the morning, and I get back into peak mental state at 2 in the afternoon. Chris Jackson now calls me because he knows I get him into peak mental state on our conversation with my optimism and my positivity. I do it on purpose. I get my partners on the phone. They don't even realize it. I get them into peak mental state so they crush the day. On the chat, I put stuff on purpose to get you guys into peak mental state to do great during the day. How do I do it? I'll give you a quick example. I'll go into it. Some people, like Tony Robbins says, he does breathing exercises, priming. He goes into that. Before his call, I listened to 15 minutes of music that I really like to get me hyped up. And that gets you to peak mental state. If you're a salesperson, you need to learn peak mental state or you're not going to sell. When you're making sales calls, you better be at the peak mental state or you're not going to make that sale. Or you might, but if you are, you will sell 50 to 80% more. So that's a tip. Our Lauren Zeminski, I don't know if she's on here real quick.
Yes, she is.
She is. Lindsay, we launched a book, Attracting Capital, which is a surreal moment in my life. I was writing the book by myself halfway through, a quarter way through. In 2020, my wife kept saying, when are you going to, here's another tip. When are you going to finish that book? I said, I don't need to. I'm comfortable. I have 48 deals. I really don't care. I don't need to do social media. I don't need to do any of this anymore, even though I'm crushing social media. So Lindsay and Lauren called me and said, why don't we write it together? The tip is get 1 or 2 people in the mastermind. Don't write a book by yourself. It was the most fun I've ever had. I couldn't wait to get on the calls once a week for a couple hours. We're on Zoom together. It created such good energy in my life that we're already going to start working on a second book. We're thinking of a strategic topic, so maybe with mindset and something like that, something really granular with multifamily in life and everything. So Lauren, you want to say hello real quick?
Yeah. Hi. It was a great time. We're really excited about it. Just came out on Amazon this past weekend.
You didn't pick it
If
up?
if you pick one up, you got to leave a review. That's what we ask.
And one last win before we start. Me and Lauren right now, $3.5 million raise. Lauren started as a beginner in the mastermind, guys. She started as a beginner. She had a lot of single families, never raised, never really posted. She's in marketing though. She's an excellent marketer. We just raised 50-50 based with me and her, just 2 people, 3.5 million in one day with 2 days on that raise. Okay. And so people think it can be done. How she did it, it's in here. She was a beginner. She's going to be raising more than me one day. I'm her mentor and she's going to pass me. I'm building her up. I told you on the chat, I want to be the brand. I want her to overtake it. I want her to be the money raiser and I'll bring $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, whatever, but I want her to surpass me. Let's get started. Alex, I can share my screen, right?
Let's do it. Go for it.
Okay. Okay. All right. If anybody here is not on this call, I'm not in the mastermind. This is brought to you by Hadar and myself and our great group that's on here, MIH Mastermind. What are we going to cover fast, guys? We are going to cover a bunch of topics. And these are my opinions and my journey. And it's not, yeah, you have to do this, or this is the only way. I'm giving my insight onto how I see people are failing at it and how people like me aren't failing at it. And there's people like Alex who's on the path, and I'm going to tell his awesome story. And Ryan and Robert did it. And there's so many people in MIH doing it. Jaideep did it, and Jaideep did it the right way. He had amazing cash flow before he left. He was smart. He did it my way. So I can't wait to dive in. So how to quit your W-2, proper diversification. I was not properly diversified in 2007. And I was making a ton of money, no debt, and I almost got swallowed up by that recession. 3 types of money and the power of investing mastermind family. We started the MIH investing club in KC. I'm going to show you that picture. Whoever was there, life changing. There's deals. Jaideep was going over his 3 deals. And you have Erica there listening. And he's like, yeah, I need money raisers. And you have 4 people that he hasn't met that are like, hey, let's get on. Maybe I'll raise for your deal. That's what we're creating. You bring a deal to the group. We'll find we have the resources to get every deal done. There's not a deal that will not get done. Mike Koussis gets that deal, Darren. I will make sure he closes that deal. It will happen. There's not one deal that will not close. That's a real deal. He sends underwriting to Hadar and Hoon. They look at it. They tell me, Marco, this is a deal. Done. Okay. So let's start out how to quit your W-2 the right way. My journey. Now, once again, these are my opinions. Now, very simple. Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The best way, I think, the best way that I did it, and Jay Bellicar also, he had an 8-unit that he did a heavy lift gut job on, and the cash flow is $4,500. He told me a year or 2 after he refied all his money out, is 2 times all your expenses. Make up easy numbers. Say your all-in expenses, mortgage, everything is vacations, clothes is $10,000. You should have $20K passive income before you quit. That's like the minimum, Kiyosaki says. My journey, that's what I did. My brother left the restaurant 2016. He's 4 years older than me. So if I was putting 100,000, he was putting 300,000 in deals. So I got him out at the restaurant 2016. His passive was over what he made at the restaurant and over his all in. He left and I told him, I'm like, I need a couple more years. I just need to invest more money, just a couple more deals on his way. 2019, that's when I hit it. I called him, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's sell. And I had that 2 times over. But it still was like a little tight feeling of nervousness of not having a place to go to work anymore. And I'm like, I got to do something as an entrepreneur. Okay. And here's another way. This is work full-time with a company like Sharpline Equity. And Chris Shacks and myself, Steve Velez. He is going to be working with Sharpline in IT part-time. And I coached him on this. I said, listen, even if you have a job full-time, work with us part-time. Can you give a little hint, Steve? We're closing a 16 to 36. That's our 22nd deal. This is the tip of the day. Get in with the Jay Bellicar. Get in with the Robert Musso. Get in with the Chris Jackson. Work 1 day a week. Entrepreneurs get busy. You know what happens to them? They don't know where to turn. I got to hire somebody. You're already there 1 day a week. Who gets hired? You. Ryan Potok is going to start working with Robert. He could work 1 day a week and do his job. Robert is going to keep closing 2, 3, 4 deals a year. In 3 years, or 2 years, he's going to need Ryan full time. Ryan can learn anything. So that's a tip, guys. Add value. Steve Les came and says, hey, Chris, and Chris, like, I need IT help. I need onboarding with the InvestNext and all this stuff. And he's going to be with us. I said, Steve, I know it's going to happen. Chris is going to close 3 to 5 deals next year. We're probably going to close 8 to 10 deals at 26. I'm already building the strategic plan of timing because you saw how we took it easy in 23 and 24. And 22, we closed 12 deals, 10. So that's a tip. Work full time. That's hard though. Are you working on commission only, which is not the right thing to do? If you become a deal finder, which is the hardest thing to do, and you're on commission and you're in a market cycle of 2012 to 16, you're going to make a ton of money. You're going to find a ton of deals. But what happens when 2023 hits a recession and you're a deal finder? And then all of a sudden you can't find deals and you're on commission. You're back at your W-2. And I'll go over that story of how I saw the train coming. And I told Chris in 21 what was happening. I'm just like, wait till 23. Everybody's going to get swallowed up. 23 comes, wow, you're right. Knew it. So I'm going to teach market cycle and recessions and when to quit, when not to quit, when to prepare yourself to quit and stuff like that. Yeah, Steve Velez and Ryan example right there. Business acquisitions. This is the easiest way to quit. Like 2020, multifamily was hot. Jake and Gino, Rod Cleve, MIH Mastermind were booking people like this. They thought it was the next get rich quick thing. Everybody's hearing about this multifamily thing on social media. 2015, my brother starts Jake and Gino. It's not. Rod Cleve has always been around and Brad Sumrock. And my brother was booking people 16, 17, 18. But 2020, COVID hits. I'll give you an example. Yosef, who was a lawyer and always in court, he wasn't in court. He joined Jake and Gino. The best years of his life is 20, 21, and 22. When he wasn't in court that much, he was networking with 200 people a year. And now 23, 22, and mid 22, he went back to court. He couldn't network as much. He couldn't do as much. So thank God, out of something bad comes something good. COVID was a blessing in disguise for Yosef. Let's say I'm re-spraying that. I'm sorry to say that because it was very bad and we all thought the world was coming to an end. People passed away, but from just saying for Yosef, if he looks at it, he probably wouldn't be where he is right now in multifamily if it wasn't for Kobe. He'd still be a very busy lawyer, taking work home at night and all that. And he took advantage. The next opportunity of a recession or something, when you have time that you have downtime, look at Yosef and take advantage of it. It's coming, and I'll tell you why. Even now is the time. I could have wrote my book in 21, wasn't the time. It was time to close deals. I always told people, why'd you finish your book? It's not the time. I'm doing deals. You know when I'm going to write my book? In a recession. When did I write the book? In a recession. Now's the time because I'm not doing 10 deals. People time things wrong. Like we'll be in 26 and all of a sudden deals will be popping and you'll see mid-level guys writing their books and popping books. That's not the time to write your book. Maybe it is because you needed to raise money. You needed to find deals, like to build yourself up. That's fine. But if you dedicate to writing that book and you writing that book in the mid-time of where you should be finding deals, you're missing out. And then you miss out. You learn. So business acquisition. I'm buying an accounting firm with Normal. We're finalizing the pays, whatever. I'm going to be on the board. I'm going to be helping with marketing. I could 10x the business in 6 months easily. Absolutely easily. I'm going to not do that. I'm going to probably 2x it in the first year and then maybe another 2x at year 2. It all goes along with hiring. The society has changed. Hiring is the most difficult thing in any business. That's why I sold the restaurant. I had 32 people part-time, full-time, where I started with 12 in 1996. It was easier to hire from 95 to 2005. 2010 to 19 was a disaster. My old school Italian mom couldn't understand it. Every 10 years, society's starting to change from the 50s, 60s, 70s. Just look at the music and look at people. It is getting more difficult and there's no more cash and they don't want to pay tax and the servers and this and that. And especially the cash businesses, it's hard, but the other ones, it's not. But anyway, business acquisition, guys, it's the hot thing now. Everybody wants to join a business acquisition mastermind and whatever. The funny thing is I teach business acquisitions. Everybody's paying for businesses. I get them free. How? I'm a 12-time award-winning chef. I have people in New York, landlords, my friends who own buildings in Mount Kisco, high-end towns, Arma, Chappaqua, Bedford. They're calling me, Marco, come back up. I have a restaurant that went out. The kitchen's $250,000, the bar's $250,000. I'll give you in the dining room, take it free, $500,000. Come in, I'll give you a 5 and 5, make me money, pay me rent, make yourself money. That's business acquisition where you really make money, where you're really talented and you don't have to buy a business. But now people are buying accounting businesses, landscaping businesses, all that stuff. And we teach that. And then there's Normal. We're going to be doing a business acquisition intro call. And we're going to be showing how to value, how to do all that stuff. But right now, my buddy Hussein just called me. He said, listen, I knew the best time to open a restaurant is in a recession, 23. The ones that are going out, because you come in, get a favorable lease of 5 and 5, make money 10 years, and then sell it. Or any business, if you have the know-how, the best time to open any business would be like 2007 and 8, around there to 2007 to 11, and now 2023 to 26. These recessionary years, guys, write that down. When you see the recessionary years coming, if you have the capital and the know-how, great time to open a business. You can go get discounts on anything. Let's see. Alex Tam, how to quit your W-2 the right way. Alex is doing it. What I love about him is, guys, look how much I know about people's intimate life. I know everything about him. I helped him close 14 JV deals. He joined another group, our group. He closed all his JV deals in our group, 14. And he's got LP deals. He's doing it the right way, where you need money to make money in this industry nowadays. I'm going to show you the evolution of multifamily, how it's not cash flowing as much, but it will if you're patient because it's so damn competitive. I will show you the evolution. Ryan, it's going to take you more work to quit your job than me. I asked my brother, I'm like, dude, did you ever think we would do this good with properties? We're very humble. To be honest, he goes, I think we got a little lucky. And you know what? You need a little luck in life. You need to be really fucking smart, be all in, be obsessed and be average. And when you do that, you get lucky. Okay. Alex has a doctor's office, special medicine. My knees partially torn ACL. He's sending me doctors to visit instead of to avoid surgery with stem cells and stuff like that. He also has a VA business and he calls me up and he just invested with JD a couple $100,000 or somebody else. And he's, hey, Marco, I need to place $200K. He's making money and he's placing money and he's doing it the right way as an LP. And he's also doing JV deals. And I said to him, like, dude, you're in a lot of deals. When are you going to quit your job? And he has a different outlook on it. Like Dr. Guthrie, he's Marco, I don't need to quit my job. I have a great office of spectrum medicine. That's my passion. And I also have a VA business. But he can't quit his job now because he's going to be he's going to be 2x or 3x more than his expenses. He doesn't, the best part when people quit is when they don't need to quit, like they're not pushing to quit. He says that. What happens one day? His office is fun and it's still an office and he deals with everything, people stealing and fighting and everything I deal with. I don't care how great his staff is. When you're making 40,000, you're also, you get to, you look, you're like, oh my God, I'm at 40K passive. You start to lose that hunger of that office of what's her name just fought or she fell and she hurt her hip and she's suing you through workman's comp. And you got a 2-hour workman's comp call. When somebody fell in my restaurant, my brother used to do mostly workman's comp and I did the caterings and all that. Like he wasted like 6 hours total, 7 hours for this workman comp that he had to deal with. Alex says that, but one day he's going to have to bring in a partner, automate his offices and really be full-time multifamily when the time is right. If he really is passionate about it, or he doesn't have to, but he's doing it the right way. He has enough income to invest in these properties and he's building up his all in. And he, by the way, guys, what did he do? He started a business. He could leave right now and run that VA business and just grow that. He could quit. He could sell his doctor offices, invest in multifamily and just blow up the VA business and even start another business. He could start coaching about VA businesses, coaching about multifamily, anything. He is setting himself up to do anything. You need to build, if you're going to leave your job, Ryan, I built a 12 to 15 page business plan before me and my brother opened the restaurant with workman's comp, unemployment insurance, menus, delivery, staffing. Every business needs a 10 to 15 page business plan before you start that business. Same thing with leaving your job. You need to start building a plan on Word, on Excel, whatever, what you're going to do, how you're going to do, what you're going to do after. It's got to be perfectly organized. That's what I did. 2016, my bro was like, leave now. I said, no. 4 years, I built a plan. For 4 years, 7 days a week, I was mentally getting ready on paper, and I was doing 4 years of multifamily education, 3 to 5 hours a day. I said, what am I, 19, I said, when I leave, because my brother kept telling me I was down. 2016, he left and he was crushing it. He would call me from the beach. Hey, dude, I just talked to this guy who's going to place $1 million with us and all these good things. And I'm at the restaurant. Yeah, I just had my cook quit and I'm going to be stuck in the kitchen 2 weeks. And then he'd say to me, dude, don't worry. You are like, and you know, at that moment, you don't think you're going to leave, but I was this close. And he would say, you are leaving. He would say it to me to get me into state. Like, you're leaving, go home and study, get it fucking done. Okay. So now that's one example of Alex Tam. Normal, by the way, too. Normal's quitting his job. Normal's buying an accounting business. He built a plan. He's going to buy a second one. He's got a CPA that's a partner with him. But he's quitting his job to follow a passion and be a CEO, CFO of an accounting firm and oversee and not work for somebody. So that's great. That's another way. If you don't quit, be prepared. If you do quit, people quit and put up these pictures on the beach with their computer. I can work on my time. Multifamily is great. I open the mailbox and get checks. Say to me, Marco, when's enough is enough? Enough is enough. I'm with my kids and wife 7 days a week. I'm at the beach every day. I basically with them so much. They tell me, Marco, you're going to go to your office and work sometimes. So I'm an entrepreneur. I'm engaged 7 days a week. Gary Vee, Tony Robbins owns 107 businesses. That's his passion. Entrepreneurship's not for everybody. If you want to sit on a beach and on a computer on your own hours, that's not entrepreneurship. Okay. I don't do it for money. I didn't launch this. I don't need this book. I did it for legacy. My daughter's like, Dad, you really wrote a book. Like everything that I hear them talking, everything is about being a leader for the mastermind and being a leader for my family, for my daughters. I want my daughters to become like Lauren and Lindsay and strong and independent. I want them to be, and they see that. And we always talk about 365. My 16-year-old lost 25 pounds. She's getting a 6-pack. We went to steakhouse last night. She's measuring the amount of ounces of meat and protein, and she's educating herself about all these foods, what she can eat, what she can't eat. Why? Because my wife is healthy and she takes care of herself. Eats salads like Ian. I walk 4 to 6 miles a day. Walk, jog, sprint intervals, 7 days a week, guys. 5 miles a day, 7 days a week. I do gym 2 to 3 days a week. My daughter Isabella. Okay. Your kids, you don't need to talk to them. They're going to do what you do. You drink a lot of alcohol, they're going to drink heavy, especially if they see it. So if you're not ready to work 70 plus hours a week, quit your job, you're going to have problems. Last night, I went to bed at 2:40, 2:45. I finished this. I watched the Tyson fight, which is upsetting because even my 6-year-old daughter wanted him to win. I finished putting this on the computer at 2:45 in the morning. I am so excited to be here. I slept 3 hours, 4 hours. It's that creative, positive energy. That's all I need is to be around you guys. If this helps one person, my job is done. That's it. We're going to have this recorded. This is going to help 100, 200 people. Do you know how good that makes me feel? Do you know Ryan one day when he quits his job and sends me a fucking text? Dude, I'm quitting my job, whether it's a year from now or 5 years from now. And then he says, I really didn't do anything, but I did. And I'm like, dude, I didn't really do anything. This is you. You put the work in. I just put some stuff in your brain. I just you just follow my journey. Lindsay just sent us a text. I still can't believe it's surreal. Lindsay may be joining us full time in a week, a month, 2 months. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything because God forbid her job hears this, but no. So yeah, Lindsay's doing it. I remember when I onboarded her, I almost couldn't get her in. We were full. And we had such a good call, Michael and Lindsay. I'm going to tell a story quick because not everyone knows this. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I can let you guys in. And Michael thought I was scamming, like I was lying to them. Oh, he's trying to pitch us like that he can't let us in. And we were really full. And Lindsay couldn't believe, what are you talking about? I called Hadar because we were booking a lot of people back then. And I called Hadar. I'm like, Hadar, we're full. What do we do? Should we really take? And I'm like, they're really good. And we let them in, thank God. And I remember that day. And Lindsay told me on that call, I saw her personality. She's nuts like me. She's actually crazier than me in a good, great way. She said more, I would say my mantra for 21, I think was all fucking in. And 22 no, that was 22. And 23 was year of operations. I always have a mantra. 24 had a great one. It wasn't year of operations, something else. But she had to call. She was like, I am all in. I am joining the group and just wait to see what I do. She was right. Look what she's doing. She's absolutely crushing it. The heavy lift jobs that they're doing, the 6 to 8 units, the 10 units, those are deals. Not these 300 unit A classes where these 1 billion people in AUM say, oh, we have a billion AUM. They're getting AC fees and giving to the person that they're not doing 2X in 5 years. That's a deal. But do both because you need those big deals and those small deals. Liz is going to work 70, 80, 90 hours a week. She works when she's not working, she's doing painting with her kids and raising peacocks. Guys, you see it? You need to be a little crazy like that. If you're not, you can become like that. So if you leave, you need to start becoming crazy. Andy Hubbs can leave his job because he's crazy. He's a crazy lawyer. He loves what he does. He's so fucking passionate about it that I don't really want to ever quit my job. But one day, if I can get Andy in 7 years or whatever, in a ton of deals and his passive really goes up, he doesn't have to. He can do the best of both worlds, Alex. Do it 1 or 2 days a week and you're doing your passion 2 days a week. You're going to absolutely love it even more. That's the goal. So there's 2 types of people. The person who just really wants to quit their job, great. That was me. I 25 years of blood, sweat, and tears. I had to get out of my job. I had to, because of the staffing. I cook at home now. And I'm actually going to write a cookbook with Robert. We're already basically writing it. And maybe in 7 years, I might do a small restaurant for fun. I have young chefs, Michelin star chefs in New York City that learned under me. And now they're freaking working in Michelin star restaurants that for fun, I'm going to be the board and open a place up. Maybe we'll see. So this is a very important thing right here. You need to understand that if you're leaving your job, you are not going to be working 34 hours a week unless you have 80, 100,000 passive income, 150, which I don't have to do it. Actually, I love being engaged because my passive is very high. But in the beginning, when you first leave, you better have that understanding. This isn't like for the weak. Okay. Christina is a beast. I think I saw her on this call. She loves to work. Her and Debbie are destroying, or in a good way, are crushing our 43 unit where it needed it. They came in and they are crushing it. She is crushing the RV park with Darren. Darren is my boy. I love Darren. I'm in a 52 unit with Darren. He is like me. He calls me up and we don't give compliments to many people in this area. He's like, yo, Christina's the best, man. He's partners around the RV park. And we talk about who has it. We're always like, yo, who's got it? Who's the next one up? Who has it? I always talk with Chris and Darren and Hadar. Just like Hadar. Hadar has it. So if you're going to leave, you better get into beast mode 7 days a week. Okay? If you're going to leave, I'm going to show you how multifamily is harder. And this is a deal I did in 2015. I put in 115,000. Day one in 2015, it gave me about 3,000 a month or 2,500 a month, 25% cash on cash. It averages from 6,000 to 8,000 a month on me on one deal, 115,000. It's giving me about 80% cash on cash right now on one deal. Can you find this deal now? Yes. People go, no, you can't. Everybody on Facebook, multifamily is not the same. It's too competitive. I'm going to give you an example. Yes, you can. Those people can't because they don't know what they're doing. It wasn't as competitive in 2012 to 16, that market cycle. We bought this with a broker on market, no competition. Social media killed everything. 2016 and on. Jake and Gino, Brad Sumrock, Rock Cleve. There's a million masterminds now, even guys who have 2 years experience opening masterminds. What happens is the cap rates get decompressed. There's more competition. The cash flow is really not there. You may have to hold a year or two before you cash flow. And an 8 to 12% is good. Every deal, 2012 to 15, day one walking in without even banging a nail, painting was 20% cash on cash that we bought. Every single one. I got spoiled. When they started doing syndications in 2020, somebody goes, we're going to give an 8% pref. I'm like, what the hell is that? Why would I invest in a property for 8%? I swear to God. I've never forget it. 2020, I called my brother. I'm like, yo, dude, syndication, they're giving 8% pref. Why would we bother putting our money into that? We were spoiled. Okay. How can I prove history repeats itself? Who on here knows who did it right now? Who found a deal like this? He's in the group. He's a very important person in the group. Can anybody tell me? Adora Kibi. 25,000 a fucking door. 80 unit. He put in 300K. Vince put 3. Hoon put 3. They're going to refi out 200 to 400 fucking percent. He's going to refi out 600 to 900,000. History. Ryan, write this down. History repeats itself. I'm going to say it again. History repeats itself. It will always repeat itself. I'll give you another example. I went to have breakfast with my brother in 2022, November, when I would come on the chat. I always pick his brain. When I was 22 years old, we used to drive up to the restaurant, me and him, 45 minutes in the morning. And instead of listening to music, I'd shut the music off and I would annoy the shit out of him and ask him questions for 45 minutes. Gino, can I put this risotto dish on? What if we deliver? Can I do this? Literally, for how many years did I drive up with him before I started driving separate? A couple of years, maybe. And then I started driving my dad. 45 minutes, he would look at me and I'm like, is it okay if I annoy you for 45 minutes? We built the business like that. History repeats itself. So at breakfast, I said to my bro, November 22, I said, dude, I'm getting these good deals. I got a 40, a 43, a 44. Are we ever going to see these higher returns or whatever? Are we ever going to see people not overpaying? And he goes, 2023 and 24 is going to be on market again. Deals sitting 6 to 8 months. I'm like, no, it's not. Everybody's going direct to seller. I was like arguing with him to get it out of him. Like we're debating. And I'm like, I don't believe you, dude. I don't think so. Then hell no. People are going best and final. Houston, 8 people, $12 million deal, paying 13. Like he's Marco. History repeats itself. The people who are in a mastermind are Jake and Gino, he said. And these groups are the only ones. And I agree. I said, that's the only ones that are going to find these deals. And you might not have to be in a group. You may find you have to be really good. Because we're talking about it and they're still there. It's not that everybody, because 90% of the beginners left the space in 2023. 90%. My brother say he has 2,000 people, Jake and Gino. 1,800 to 1,900 are not doing multifamily anymore. I can prove it. They all text me, take me off the list. That is great for everybody here. I wanted that. My brother teaches, we want that. It's only going to happen for 2 or 3 years. You guys got a window, 25, 26, 27. January 27, right now, I'll tell you, or even mid 26, shit's back on. You're going to see all the beginners come back. As soon as the TV goes, multifamily is good again, because it says bad in November 22, 23. As soon as they say it's good again, it's on and we're done. We'll still find deals. It's just going to be harder. You're going to have to really go knock on doors, stuff like that. So it was easier, I think, to quit with just multifamily in the market cycle of 2011 to 2018. Can you do it now? Yes, because history is repeating itself. You actually have to work a little harder now. You have to take what the market gives you. Because somebody goes, fucking, I'm out of multifamily. This bullshit, 6%, 8% returns. It's still the best asset class. If the deal gives you 8% or the market gives you 8%, that's what you're investing in. That's what you're buying. You have to take what the market gives you. It's still the best asset class. I have so much passive right now. I don't need any more cash flowing deals. 48 deals, I think 45 are cash flowing. And the ones that aren't are going to be turned back on, a couple syndications here and there. So I have 45 cash flowing deals. I just need my whole game plan. My brother set me up 2012 to 19. I would do day one cash flow deals. He did a foreclosure in 2018. Marco, you're skipping that one. You need day one. It was different plan. Build your plan. If you're quitting your job, you need cash flowing deals. Or you could quit and bet on yourself. I'm going to go over wrong. So now I don't need cash flow deals. If I'm doing a deal with Aaron, we're doing a 36 unit, wasn't going to draw for 2 years. I was in it for tax benefits. And then in 2 years, we're going to flip it and make money. So it depends where you are in your journey. You have to see, do I need day one cash flow? Can I do the heavy lift deals? Can I do a mix of some day one, some heavy lift? Alex, right now, Alex, you can do some heavy lift deals because you have income from your your 3 businesses, correct? Please elaborate a little bit on your journey. Alex's journey. What do you want, Alex? Do you want just day one? Do you want a mix? What does Alex want?
I'm good with mix, Marco. Like you said, the business is making money. Any of us who are business owners over here, if you got business that's making money, you're okay with some lifts where you don't have to cash flow necessarily on day one. But Marco's right. If you are thinking about quitting, or there's multiple ways of doing it, right? My journey has been invest for some cash flow. And then when it starts surpassing all the expenses and everything that we have, it's becoming more fun. I'm in the office working about 2 days a week, seeing about 8 patients a week. And I'm not in a hurry to get out of business because I love it more now than ever before. But utilizing multifamily as a vehicle to continue to build the legacy. And Marco, you're so right on some of the Jake and Gino people that Christina and I, we joined at the same time, right? We attended that conference over in 21. And there's people in Jake and Gino that we joined that are no longer in the multifamily. You don't even hear them anymore.
No, and
they don't talk about it.
It's not like Jake and Gino's fault or Rock Lee's fault. You know what the fault was? 2020. All these guys, they, like I said, not everyone's made out to be an entrepreneur. I onboarded these people when I worked with my brother from 20 to 22. And I would tell my brother, yo, this guy I onboarded doesn't have an entrepreneur. To be a multifamily investor, you have to be obsessed, be average, work 70 plus hours a week. You have to be an entrepreneur. I would get these IT guys on and they're like, they're corporate. I got guys, not everybody has to be an entrepreneur. Some people like to work 9 to 5, go home, eat dinner, watch Netflix every night, watch TV, relax, go back to work 9 to 5. There's mentors out there, quit your job, man, do a bit. And they're saying to everybody.
And so many people got burned during that time.
Not everybody's born to be an entrepreneur. So if you're a mentor, there's a mentor out there saying anybody could quit their job. Everybody should do it. That's wrong. Not everybody. I'll point out who's not entrepreneurs when I see them. I know what it takes. Alex Tam knows what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Robert Musso knows what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Lauren Zeminski knows what it takes. Lindsay knows what it takes. Hadar knows what it takes. You notice I'm pointing out a little people that are obsessed or average like me. Okay? Start seeing it. Darren Light knows what it takes. All right? So let's go over mistakes being made. What time? I'll start going quick. So we're already at 41 minutes. Mistakes being made. Now, I did like habit quit or whatever. I'm not learning market cycle. I'm going to go quick. Timing of the economy market cycle is important. 1999 to 2000. This is awesome. Ryan, write this down real quick. In 2000, everybody had a phone and they started day trading on their phone. You're probably too young to realize this, Ryan. And they all quit their job in the city. They're all driving around in taxis, hanging out in coffee shops, trading on their fucking phone. People quitting like jobs making $400,000 a year. What happens? NASDAQ, I'll tell you exactly, hits 5,000. I think it was 2001, hits 5,000, crashes, and everybody stops trading. Because in 2000, a monkey was throwing a dart at any stock, just like when crypto boomed in 21, 22, and now it's doing it again. It's on a bull run for 3 to 6 months, by the way, guys. We have the crypto chat. And my crypto's already up 150% my portfolio for my 2 daughters. It's crazy. It's nuts. I just have it closed. I have Ethereum, and I have the Dogecoin, believe it or not, and some Shiba, and a couple others. But they quit their jobs on trading on their phone. It's cool. So the multifamily of 2000 was day trading on your phone. You have this new technology phone where you could just hang out at your house with your feet up and trade and throw a fucking dart at the board. And everything was green for 6 months. And then all of a sudden it crashes. And what happens? They all lost their money. 2012 to 18, call to my brother. 2012 to 18 was a good market cycle. This is a great story. This is a true story. And this is how I know I can predict recessions with market cycles and credit cards at the restaurant. Called my brother in 2018. I remember the call. I was in my sunken family room in New York, in my house in New York. And I went, dude, 1 more year. I don't care what it takes. I'm building a plan. If I have to start a business, laundromat, multifamily, like I still have to, if I don't have enough deals, I'm out. He's like, what are you worried about? I said, Gino, he goes, dude, Trump's going to get in again. I'm like, I don't care if he gets in or he doesn't get in back then, right? I said 2012 to 18, we pumped, I said, at the restaurant. Cards are starting to get declined. Restaurants predict recessions. Construction guys predict recessions. Ryan, write this down. Restaurants go into a recession first. Construction follows. Construction comes out of the recession first. Restaurants follow. I have a double fucking whammy at a restaurant. It's so weird. So I started asking my buddy Ben. I'm like, he's like, yo, I'm still crushing it. He used to come 5 days a week to lunch. Kazi, he's in the group. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeling it, dude. It was 2018, 19. I'm starting to see 19, actually. I'm starting to see some cards getting declined. So I talked to my brother. I said, I'm predicting right now 2022 is a recession. I swear to God. I said, I am not going through another recession like 2007. He's, what do you, no, he's discussing. And he's usually, we're both right. We always talk it through. And we're Italian, so we're on the phone, always like screaming at each other. And Julia and my wife always say, you guys sound like you're fighting. And we're just Italian. That's how we talk things through. We yell at each other. We really do. You have to hear it. It's pretty funny. Because we get so animated and so into it that I'm like, yes, it is. I'm like, it's a fucking recession, 22. I said 22 or 23, I think. Timing of the presidency, the new one comes in and just everything. So what happens? I told Chris, I said, Chris, when was this recession? He's like 23. I'm like, why wasn't it 22? COVID. So if COVID didn't hit, I think we would have had it in 22. And I told my brother, he doesn't remember to call. I'm like, do you remember when I told you I need to get out? I'm not going to sit in this other recession. So what am I looking? We're not even out of the recession. I'm starting to predict the next recession with Chris. Me and Chris are analyzing the next recession. I think we're like, say 23, we come out of it 26, 27, 28. Maybe we hit one at 28 or 30. I'll know the next recession in year 26. And I'll start game planning for the next recession. So that was a call to my brother. 20 market cycle. 2020, we thought we were going to stop buying deals. And we did, and we bought a lot of deals. 22 was a year where it started to get weird. And 23, 24, 25, I feel it is definitely multi-family recession. 25, guys, I feel it's still not going to be amazing. It's going to be flat and weird. There are a ton of opportunities for people who are strong with cash, who can buy and who can raise money. Raising money is harder. Me and Lindsay just raised 3.5 million, just me and her. I was raising 4 to 5 million in April 2021 on a deal, where now I raised 1.8 and it was hard. It was hard because people are getting hurt on other deals, not with us. That have capital calls. I'm like, Marco, we can't invest with you right now. We have capital calls on our other deals. And people call me. They don't want to get blacklisted. My investors like, but keep sending us stuff because we want to invest with you. That's how great our investors are. I told you, Lindsay saw some of the, Lauren saw some of the emails that if they can't invest, they feel like if they don't invest, I'm like, you're in for life, man. Would things get better? You good. Okay. So mistakes being made, that whole story is you need to learn market cycle. As Gino teaches it in Jake and Gino, as we teach it in MIH, market cycle is not just to buy multifamily. Market cycle is when to quit your job. Market cycle is when to invest in stock. Market cycle is everything. It's all inclusive. Market cycle is success. Okay. There you go. Let's go on to nesting. Betting on yourself. You know what? I give everybody, you guys want to bet on yourself? You want to listen to those guys? It works for a lot of people. Say 10 people quit their jobs. They bet on themselves. I'll give a certain situation and they just quit. And I'm a deal finder and I'm going to do this and I can live at home and have no expenses and go find deals and not have a job. That's not the way I did it. A guru right now, be like, oh, don't listen to him. He's fucking stupid. Bet on yourself, dude. Put your back against the wall. You could do it. That's fine. You want to quit your job with 2,000 passive income, put that stress upon you. And in a market right now where if you don't find it, and what happens? You know what I tell Chris and I tell Adar? Those people bet on themselves. What are they going to do? They're going to push for deals that are not that great. What am I not going to do? I'm not pushing for those fucking deals. I don't need them. I always say when Chris does a syndication, we have a deal of 60 closing. On the 60 call, when we're raising money, I'm like, I have 48 deals. I do not need to do a bad deal. I do not need to destroy my name. My name is more important than that deal and that passive and that appreciation, whatever. So when the people who bet on themselves, are they pushing a little too hard for act fees because that's what they're living on? Ask yourself that. Start to learn that. Start to see through. Start to read the tea leaves. Guys, when they come to you with a deal, be like, what do you do for a living? Full-time multifamily. Oh, you're 30, 25. How many deals do you have? This many deals. Okay. How much passive do you have? 3,000. All right. Just ask questions. You don't have to say, I wouldn't invest. You could start seeing what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And make sure, and it's not saying it's a bad deal. Just make sure. You got to make sure it's a good deal. Okay. So, and I'm saying, I know 2 people that did this that's not in our group. They're pushing for deals. They're pushing for sales and they're pushing for, we're not going to get into that, but I do know them. They're buying 2 markets. One's a good market and one's a really bad market that if you gave me the deal, I wouldn't do it for free. They're buying in a market that I would not do deals for free. I'm not kidding. And people are investing with them. And I told Chris the market, Hadar the market, and they're like, hey, Robert, Musa the market, and like, hell no. And you know why they're buying so many deals in that market? Because there's not much competition, because it's a shitty market. So they're like, we closed 12 deals this year, and they get, and what's the thing gets like 400 likes. Great job, congratulations. I read between the tea leaves. Start getting smarter. Train your brain. Stop liking the fucking bullshit. I'll point out to you the posts in our family when we get on the call. Anybody could go into that market and close deals. I would not take it for free. But they're doing 12 deals this year. We're doing amazing. ACFIs. And I know it. I told Hadar, I told Chris, I pointed out, told Robert, they're pushing for ACFIs. Of course they are. So betting on yourself, yes and no. Definitely could do it. I wouldn't do it. Definitely could do it. And if you do it, somebody in the mastermind does it, I will support you. I will help you. And that's fine. It's just so, like Ryan, if you bet on yourself, it's a lot harder. You're putting your back against the wall. And actually, when you put your back against the wall, that's when you succeed. My father came from Italy as an immigrant. And why was my father super successful? At 16, 17, he had to work. My father had to pay my grandfather rent. And he told me when I was 60 years old and I asked for the car joking around, my dad goes, do you pay rent? I'm like, no, I'm your kid. Why should I pay rent? I'm a American-born Italian kid. He goes, I gave grandpa at 16, 17, 200, whatever, $300 for rent. You have a head start. You don't have to help me. I had to help him. Okay. So I'm like, oh, wow, you really had to pay. Yes, I did. He said he had his back against the wall. So what I love about the Italian immigrants and all immigrants is why are they successful? They have to, they have no choice. It's survival of the fittest. You come here, they have to put food on the table. So that's betting on yourself in almost the right way. Like you have no choice. Okay. So if you're going to bet on yourself, you have to have that grit of, if I don't do this, I'm going to go back. So betting on yourself can work if you know what it takes. All right. Not having a growth mindset. It's a must. I sold a restaurant in 2020. I was making a lot of passive. I took 2 or 3 months off to get my body healthy again, my sciatic, my knees, my back. Cause I used to lift a lot of weights at the restaurant with the pots and stuff. It was a very intense job being the executive chef, which my wife was like, why are you doing that? You pay all these guys. I just had to do it as a leader. In the morning, I'm that type of person. So I didn't have that full growth mindset when I quit because I was a little comfortable with the passive, but going to Tony Robbins, following Gary V, Brad Lee, you got to follow these guys. I read 10X. I read Be Obsessed to Be Average. If you're going to quit your job, you absolutely, the most important thing right now, have a full on blown growth mindset. And I'm going to show it with me. Quitting just on passive, you're going to get eaten up alive in recessions. I know a bunch of people out of the mastermind, they'll quit their job. They had 10K passive. My wife works, so I'm financially free. What happens? You're in a great economy. It's all cash flow. It just happened. I knew this. What happens in a recession, guys? I teach this. In a recession, it's a tornado clusterfuck. Everything goes up and your income goes down. If your health insurance goes up, right now it's $4,500 a month. MVP in New York, my buddy's paying a month. He's paying times 4 times those, 50 grand a year. Okay. That goes up. Your home insurance goes up. Your car insurance goes up. Car insurance, the guy goes, oh, to fix a bumper is $3,000 now instead of $1,500. So my car insurance went up like a couple grand. That happens in a recession with the inflation that we're seeing. So if you're going to quit your job on 10K and it's right near the level or whatever, that's fine. Just get ready. If you hit a recession, your 10K is now going to be 3 or 4K because some of your deals are going to stop drawing. Meanwhile, your taxes, your house went up. Your health insurance went up. And we're seeing this. I know people on call going, yeah, my car insurance is up. Yeah, my health insurance is up. Yeah, my home taxes are up. And they go up even more during a recession flare. It's a crazy, I think, phenomenon. During inflation, during a recessionary time, the bills go up more and everybody earns this. I earned $600,000 less in 23 and 24 each year. And I still did phenomenal. Okay. 600 grand less. My wife, I showed her what I'm like, I told this is what happens. 26, I am going to break records. If I do it right, if I stay humble and I'm setting myself, me and Chris up, we have certain sales. We have 3 or 4 sales we're selling. We have refis at the end of 25. I will lose 600K in 23, 24, 25. I'm going to lose less. I'm going to pop a couple extra deals. 26 and 7, I think, are our years. Not for everybody. I set myself up for those years. Buy properties now. Buy properties in 23, 22. Buy them now. Power through the problems in your properties. And your properties you bought in 21, 22, 23, and you have problems, power through it. Because if you make it to 26, you're going to be okay. I can't guarantee it, but I know the ones we had tough. Our 130 unit, Chris just refied. We're going to be okay. We powered through that. I got kicked in the balls for the whole year of 2023 on that deal. I worked 7 days a week on that deal, engaged, leasing with him. We were at 60%. With druggies, whatever we kicked out, we're at 97%. I haven't gotten paid at all on that deal for 3 years. I've been worked on it for 7 days a week for 223, and now I backed off it a little bit. I have not got paid $1, but I set myself up for 25 or 6 when we sell it. Jaideep, and I know Jaideep does this. Jaideep powers through it. He does this and he wins. So Jay, this tip is for you, bro. If you're, by the way, me and him he had 6 vacants. I jumped on. I probably filled 1 unit. I created some momentum for him. Got him some leads to show there's traffic there. We're down to 0, down to one he's leasing. He powered through it. It was a small deal. And he's like, whoa, I'm seeing vacants. What the hell's going on here? He did it. He set himself up now. It's going to cash flow. It's doing great. That's set up if he can maintain it for 25, 26, if he wants to sell or hold long term. Okay. Growth mindset. I have 48 deals. I could say, hey, I'm retired. I could do your beach pick. What am I currently doing? I'm currently closing a 60 unit with Chris that me and Lauren and funded. And I have closing a deal with Chris. The next one, a JV opportunity. If people are on here, you want to hear about the JV opportunity, it's probably 200 to 500K minimum. Lauren, I think, already has 5 people. I'm not sure. Call me because if you don't call me, I can't think of you for the next one. Entrepreneurial brain is you need to be in front of my face for opportunities. I'm too busy, but if you get in front of my face, I remember it and I'll call you next time. Any entrepreneur, guys, Lauren, Lindsay, if you want something from Lindsay, you need to get in front of her face because she's too busy and she needs to see you once in a while because when she has that opportunity, she'll call you. This is such a big tip. You need to be in front of entrepreneurs' face that are successful once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month. Because in 3 months, when they have that deal, they're so busy. Oh shit, who do I call? Who do I call? Who are they calling? The brain that recognizes the people that have been in front of their face first. Because they're too busy to write things down and to whatever certainly, unless I have Raymond, I'm perfectly organized. But I have people who know that. My buddy Paul calls me last week, just calling you, get in front of you. He said, he's an entrepreneur. He goes, I'm getting in front of you. He goes, I know you're going to deal in a month or 2. I have money aside. Paul's going to probably call me. And I think he's on this call because he's an amazing entrepreneur, has an amazing business. And he should call me or text me every 2, 3, 4 weeks. But now he doesn't have to. See how I mentioned his name first? I have 125 people wanting JV. I mentioned his name first because Paul's smart. He's getting in front of my face. Okay. 46 unit with Aaron. It's another JV deal. Closing a 4 unit with Robert. This is a surreal moment in my life. When I bought my first 4 unit when I was 23 years old, I'm buying it for my girls to run. I'm going to bring them on the property. They're going to touch the building. They're going to write the checks if we close this deal. They're going to help. They're going to learn from this. I don't care if I break even. I'll take the tax benefits. We're going to make money. But even if I break even, this is college for my kids. I'm investing 50, 100K, and I think it's 125K down. If I put 25, 50, 100, whatever I put, me and Robert, this is college right here. People are like, what's your cash flow? I don't care. I don't need the cash flow. This is college. Launched my book this month, buying an accounting business. Guys, look at what I'm doing as a growth mindset. So now what did I say? 23, 24 is bad. Close 2 deals in 23, close 2 deals in 24. I texted Chris. We're fucking back. We are back. We took the lumps in 23 and 24. We're positioning ourselves. We're going for it in a good way, not aggressive. Me meaning like social media is on. Hard to book people for mastermind because multifamily is not as sexy, but the November group is freaking amazing. You guys met them. They're amazing. One of the best. It just keeps getting better and better. So I'm getting more granular and I'm getting more selective and it's harder. It takes me 3 months to attract the 8 people I want. It's really hard. I could book 30 beginner or whatever. And even a high level person that's just got a bad personality. I get somebody who makes $1 million a year. If he's not the good personality, he's not in. I'm trying to attract Alex, Lauren, Eric, Andy, Ryan. People told me like, that's why. It's not the money, it's the personalities. So look at my growth mindset. People, you have to, if you quit your job, you have to Google growth mindset, buy a book on growth mindset. You have to study it like to no end. Absolutely. And then, okay, you might have these gurus that say, you know what, make 100,000 passive income a month and just take it easy. You can't buy the ass at a time. That's what you want to do. That's what you got to do. I achieve the ass at a time and I'm engaged 7 days a week. I'm online for a Snow White ride in Disney and I'm sending a text while my family's on their phones too. Learn how to do this to a doctor and I raised $200,000 instead of playing a game, just to say. I don't take time away from my family with my job. I work smarter, not harder. Okay. Ryan, you got to write that down. It's a super cool. Work smarter, not harder. You could work 7 days a week. You could work 10 hours a day without getting in the rut with your family. Like after this today, I'm taking my daughter 40 minutes to a new dog store, my 12-year-old. We're going to go pet dogs for 2 hours. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to the gym with Isabella. And then we're going to come back after the gym and go to dinner with the family. And then at nighttime, we're going to watch a movie. And I'm on here working. You can work at 8 in the morning to 11 and not get in the way of the family. Alex, am I wrong or right? Because people are like, you work 7 days a week and you have 50 deals. You're not achieving the ass at a time. Please elaborate a little bit, Alex.
You're 100% right, man. I get on my consulting call this morning at 5:30, woke up at 5, did some stretches, working out. We're doing this. I'm on calls until 9 o'clock. And at 9:30 or so, we're heading over to Reno. We're getting food, checking out the place over there. And tonight, movies or a UFC fight.
Bro, you're jumping on a plane. You're going to dinner. I want to spend money on my family. I want to spoil my girls. So I'm like, and my wife sees, I'm like, I need to work 3 hours. Like, you just booked. We just went away September, October, November, December. We're averaging a vacation a month. We went away 12 times last year. I get a 1-bedroom. I get a desk. I work 2 hours in the morning. I do my 5-mile walk. And that enables me to I don't feel bad spending all this money. It's still with investing. This is very important, not being diversified properly. In 2007, I had 0 debt, no car payments. I had an Escalade, an X5, and a 4,200 square foot colonial house, all paid off, $1.1 million that I built. That was wrong. And my brother pointed out to me why that was wrong. I was not properly diversified. I called him up. I'm like, dude, I have a $100,000 mortgage. I have 1.1 million equity in my house. My Escalade is paid off cash, $70,000. My X5 is $60,000 paid off cash. I have no bills. I have a fucking electric bill. And my taxes. My taxes were $31,000 a year. That was my bill. That's it. Clothes, food, very frugal. Food I ate free at the restaurant. We bring home. I cook at home, make food. And I'm like, this is bullshit. The restaurant's getting hurt. I'm like, I might downsize, sell this, and buy like a 22,000 brand new raised ranch that's $500K and get money to invest. And I'm like, this is my dream house. I built it for my wife. It's not for me. At the time, when I was at the restaurant, I was there like 2 days a week. I was working so much. And I'm like, this is bull. He goes, no, it's not. He goes, you know what? We're not properly diversified. We fucked up. That's besides growth mindset. Ryan, write that down. I don't give a shit how much money you make, whatever. If you're not properly diversified, you can get eaten up in a second. How's properly diversified? I'm going to go over proper diversification. My brother started looking in 2007. My brother started looking at laundromats. We owned a shopping center with a laundromat. We were going to buy that laundromat. He's a Marco. You run the trucks. You get 5 trucks. You start delivering to all high things. You know how to market to them, like I did at the restaurant. That's how we worked as a team. Yeah, I'm like, Gino, you find the businesses. I'll be on the board. I'll run them with people. I will build it up. And that's we started to look at that. We started to look at so many businesses he was looking at to diversify that he knew that our towns could run. Besides stocks, I'll get into that. So what I learned from 2007 is the next recession, I was going to be properly diversified like I am now. And Ryan, you really need to learn this. Okay. And people who are just on multifamily now, that's great. If you have a 50, 100,000 passive income, but you got to learn, if you're going to quit your job, if you're in your job, you could be just all multifamily. If you're going to quit your job, you better learn diversification, because when that recession hits and your multifamily is bad now and taxes are up, insurance is up, and the cash flow goes from 30,000 to 15, what are you doing? Your home insurance, everything's going up. Not being part, and this is the best one. We don't have many people that earn on the master, but in this call, but not being part of a family group like the MIH Mastermind, or maybe a Rock Cleave or a Jake and Gino, but you got to find an elite one. If you're going to quit your job, you need to be around crazy people. You need to be around Lindsay, Lauren, Alex, Andy, Eric, Robert, Darren. Everybody in this call knows this. I'm just talking to you guys. Marco, you're teaching us everything we know right now, basically, all this stuff, because you're in the group. You need to be around this. The 365, that if you want to lose weight, you want to be healthy, do it on your own. You're going to quit because your brain, we teach train your brain from David Goggins. Your brain is going to say, you can't fucking do it. You're not disciplined. You're not going to do it. You're tired, whatever. And you got to say to your brain, David Goggins says, you say, I'm doing it. You're wrong. I'm fucking doing it. And you train your brain. But if you do it on your own, you have that struggle. When you're in 365, you have people supporting you. When you don't want to do it that morning and you don't want to get up and you want to go out, you have people on that chat supporting you and you're going to go out. When you see when you see Ian light it up every day with his salad, with his routine, when you see Christina Kovacs lighting it up, we see Marco lighting it up. When you see Eric, watch how good it is. Eric at 5 a.m. is the first guy who lights it up. And he's, I just got my gym done working with cardio, everything. Guys, do it. That's how it's going to help you. So you need to be in the right group if you're going to quit your job.
If you guys aren't on it, you better hop on that chat, get invited.
Yeah. So if you want to learn about 365, Ian is on here. Reach out to Ian. But before you join, you better be ready. Because this ain't no January 2nd New Year's resolution. This is a new you. Paul Malella, too, is a health coach. Guys, if you see Paul Malella on this call right now, reach out to Paul Malella. He's a health coach. He's unbelievable. He helps a lot of people every day. Proper diversification. And I'm going to wrap this up. We're an hour. I'll go quick. All right. Well, what is a proper diversified? Examples of proper diversification. These are just a few. There's a million. GP, LP, multifamily. Alex is doing it. Be a GP, be an LP. I have a crypto account. I locked it for my daughters. I don't need it because I have all this other money. Learn crypto. We have a crypto chat. Guys, crypto's the future. You should really learn it. I'm not saying invest $1 million. You should invest $5,000 to $10,000 in crypto to start. And what you learn, John Beatty helped me make $100K in crypto, and I was investing $5,000, $7,000. So I didn't know. Now that what I know, if he told me what to buy, I would have put 20 or 50,000. I would have made $500K. Now I'm primed to learn how to make $1 million in crypto from John Beatty. I call him. Am I buying this? Yes. 50K. I'm confident. Stocks. I own no stocks anymore. I stopped investing in stocks in 2000, but I do crypto. I like the volatility. Fix and flip. If you're going to quit your job, you better learn it. If you're like, I'm full-time multifamily, do you know how to flip a house? You're like, no, then why are you full-time multifamily? I'm not saying you have to fix and flip. You should learn it. Student for life. I'm gonna do flips with Robert. If Alejandro calls me, I'm gonna do a flip. Why not? I want to teach my girls. I want to learn it to teach my girls. My girls should be flipping. Not me. I'm established. I make way more than I need, but I want my girls to learn it because I want them to take that money and put it to multifamily. Business acquisitions. Even if you don't do them, you should learn them. Mastermind. Maybe start a mastermind. Books. Write a book. If you're going to quit your job, you should be doing education for 4 or 5 years straight. And then you should be specialized in your area of IT or something, whatever, or multifamily. And you should eventually write a book. Okay. Eventually, when the time is right, not in the time when you're buying deals, maybe in a recessionary time. Ryan, you're going to do 5 years. I don't know if it's next year or whatever. You're going to write a book, Ryan. I'm going to push you. I'm going to find what you're good at. Robert's going to find what you're good at. We're going to push you to write a book when the time is right. But you need to get educated. It's not a bullshit. This is like a real book because there's too many people out there. They get everybody to buy their book on Amazon one day and I'm a bestseller. I love the big bestseller tag. Lauren and Lindsay, we're not doing that. We're not going to let everybody buy in one day. We don't need the bestseller tag because we have everything. Education products. Today, I can sell this for $47 on MIH Mastermind. My brother, he's got like 147, 97, 77, 299, 499. What does he do? He just does a call and then sells it. He showed me. He's the one that taught me how to do all these. Like we're talking when I was leaving the restaurant, he's like, how many products I'm selling? He goes, oh, 3 people bought that $47 one. It's only $47, but when you got 20 videos and 20 products, at the end of the month, you're like, oh my God, I made extra $4,000. Wow. Another stream of income, the products, your book, your fix and flip. You just got to create these streams. You got to get educated and everybody's okay. I want to write a book. I'm going to do it this year. No, build up to it. You got to get educated and do it right. Because when you do it right, if it takes you 2, 3, 4, 5 years while you're at your job, then when you implement them the right way, the streams of income start coming. Vadar now have 20 videos for sale, I think, or we have Lauren's masterclass on social media. I have Abraham Anderson's seller financing one. That is absolutely the best one in the industry. The best product out there. We sell that. We get dribs and drabs. If I marketed it, by the way, I'd be selling a ton of it. I don't even market it because I don't need it. I actually market synthesis. Chris Jackson, I helped him rush sales 2 years ago because he launched it. Everybody buys it, then it goes down. I came on marketing for him. We broke records for 2 years. Now, me and him are closing so many deals, we let off it. I'm like, yo, dude, I got to get back on synthesis. I started marketing again. He's like, yep, we're back up. Okay. Now I have Lauren. If we neglect it because we're doing so good with deals, in 2 or 3 months, I'll call Lauren. I'm like, Lauren, let's build a little marketing plan on this synthesis, what I did with this post, reels, whatever. And then we'll pack 4 good months of it. So launch products, learn marketing. Attracting Capital University. We might, after 20 deals, I might do that. And I could do it now with Lauren and Lindsay. I have the mastermind, but I might launch a one-on-one coaching for attracting capital. We have the book. I have the platform. We have it. I built up to it the right way. After 20 deals, I can teach it. Fund it all in one day. 80 million raised. You need to learn AI. Alex is here and he did the AI thing. I don't care if you don't use AI. If you're quitting your job now, young guys like Ryan, Connor, I make a lot of money. I don't need to learn AI. I actually need to learn AI for my daughters because they should be learning it. And if they don't, I need to learn it to see if they're using it properly. So you need to learn AI, young guys, if you're quitting your job. Absolutely. Dude, AI is the next internet and cell phone. Internet of 94, 95, Netscape, all that, AOL. That's where we are with AI. Okay. Student for life. You need to learn evolution. What I taught tonight of the things you need to learn innovation. That quote, write this down, Ryan. Innovation. You need to conscious strategic innovation from Tony Robbins. Either you're innovating or dying. The moment you stop innovating, you will be swallowed up by recessions. Tony Robbins will say it 10 times. Either he's, but what my business is doing, going to make a lot of money. I'm doing. You go, either you're innovating or dying. The moment you stop innovation, your business and everything will be swallowed up by competition and die. 3 types of money. There's one person who is rough around the edges like my dad, which I actually like him in the space. His name is Chris Rude. I think it's R-O-D, pronounce it. He's really real and he speaks real. And a lot of people don't like the truth sometimes, but he's good. And people who follow him in his mastermind are ones that like the truth, that can have thick skin and take it. And he talks about the gurus and like in a good way. And he talks about like his kids' hard work. And he's one of the only people. I've been doing these 3 types of money like since 16, 17, 18, when I really want to leave my job. If you're going to leave your job, you have to learn the 3 types of money. And he talks about slow, medium, and fast. Slow is basically, by the way, I'm going to give you examples, but you categorize them how you want. Slow is your multifamily, passive, and appreciation. You're collecting passive money. It's slow money. It's an 8% return. And on that JV deal, we're getting a 15% in 3 years, and then maybe 22.5% cash on cash in year 6 with a refi. Okay. Let me see which ones I wrote down. Hold on. Oh, here it is. Heavy lift deals is slow money. Hardor's 80 unit. That's 2 years you're waiting. Let's go medium. And these are just made up. Stocks, crypto, business acquisitions. Crypto could be a day trade, could be a 2-year hold. So it's like a medium money. How do you want it? But you need to learn those. You need to learn stocks. You need to learn crypto. You need to learn gold. You need to learn about business acquisitions. Buying a business, normal, we're going to take a 5% draw first day one. We could take 7 to 8. It's really cash flowing a lot. We're only going to take a 5 just to get some money in. Or we were going to not take a draw in the accounting business for 2 years. It's going to be a 3 to 5x multiple. It might even be a 10x multiple. It's crazy. Depending on the hiring. When I see successful hiring. So business acquisitions could be slow money, as in no draws for 2 years, like the accounting business, or it could be medium with a 5 to 7 draw then, and we move it up to 10 in year 2. Fast money, coaching programs, masterminds, writing a book, products, like I just said, fix and flip. I think fix and flip is your best fast money that he even talks about. Because if you are quitting your job and you could fix and flip and make an extra 25 or 50, 75K, and you're already making money, you take that and that's you need a side hustle where you could make 50K, 100K and just keep dumping it to multifamily and live your life. So Alex, please talk about that last one, because you just dropped 200K in this last deal with us at Sharpline, and you're doing a deal with Robert, maybe, or Jay. Talk about that side hustle. What your VA thing is that your side? What your offices are making? You're doing very well. Where are you getting a couple extra bucks besides your trips and besides your life? Please tell me.
Ultimately, it's in the office within the business. If you look at even within a business, you have different programs in a business. I got my large programs, you got the supplements I'm selling, right? So you've got different things within a business that you can do. The VA business, I developed that with Valerie because I've been working with VA since 2016. And when I joined Jake and Gino and MIH, realized a lot of people needed VAs. So that's a side thing as well. There's some active, even within multifamily or in real estate, there's some active things, right? Like with Christina and Darren and David and Yen, we hop on every Friday morning and we're like chatting throughout the week. That's like active, pretty active there. And then there's the passive deals. So you do need a mix of everything and not just put all your eggs in just one basket and have a good balance. That's where the diversification comes in ultimately.
So is Valerie still doing the VA business for you?
She's working on it with me and we're working on it together and we got VAs working on it.
Good. Awesome. That's great. I care about them a lot. They're really great people.
Yeah, great people.
When you hooked up with her, I was so excited because I knew you're a perfect fit to help them out and motivate them. So guys, that's enough types of money. Figure it out. What's fast, what's mean, what works for you? Learn them all. Implement. If you're going to quit, Ryan, if you're going to quit your job, you got to learn them. You got to implement them all. Start now. Say you quit your job in 5 years, Ryan. When are you starting? You're starting tomorrow. Get on Word. You're building that 12-page tomorrow for 5 years, 7 days a week. This isn't a joke, dude. If you, Mark, I want to quit my job. You're starting tomorrow. You're going to be doing education 2-3 days. By the way, you're not taking away from wife and kids because you have a little. So if it takes you 7 years instead of 3, you're not taking away from your family. You have a good job. You don't have to quit your job like they say. You don't hate your job. If you hate your job and they're like, quit it because you hate it. No, stupid. Find another job. We're in the US. There's plenty of jobs. So nobody has to quit their job. And whoever hates their job, that mindset, find another fucking job that you like. We're privileged to live in the best country and have a job. In Venezuela, where some 20% of my family is, I have 80% in Italy. In Venezuela, there are no jobs. He shuts down the grocery store and people are eating out of garbage cans. So I love that guru mindset. Quit your job if you hate it. It's the golden handcuffs. It's a fucking privilege to have a great job in this country. Use that job as a vehicle to invest in multifamily, stocks, crypto, whatever. Buy a business, get out of your job. Okay? People need to change their mindset. The last thing, Investor Club. Look at this picture. This is like the Knights at a Round Table. Freaking amazing. Look at everybody over here. Jaideep was like, yeah, I got 3 deals in contract. I need money raising. Who wants to raise money? Roberts, I got 3 deals in contract. Who wants to raise money? Aaron Ford's in the back. Yeah, I got 2 JVs. People reach out to me. Erica was there. That's new. Everybody's there. We went around. Everybody talked about what they're doing. What value can you bring to this group? So I'm like, by the way, if you're new and you didn't have money, don't be intimidated. You're in the right place. Learn how to add value to the people. You don't need money. Learn how to add value, get into deals. This is the first investor club meeting in KC. It was absolutely epic. I'm going to keep building upon it. There's deals in the club. There's fix and flip. There's multifamily. There's crypto. There's all opportunities. We're going to build this one day to the point where Jay comes to me and goes, $5 million raise. Boom, done in the group. Done in this, like I said, don't even go bother talking to people. We're going to fund deals. I'm actually starting a hard money thing for MIH, where if you have flips, you come to us. If it's 12%, maybe we give you 10 or 11% because it's in the group. We hook up the group. I just lent to one of my properties I needed. I lent it at 10% instead of 12 with no points, no nothing. I just did interest only, whatever, 10%. I saved them. It was either 12 to 15 at the time. I think it was 4 higher. But so we're going to start doing that. That's MIH Investor Club. They're going to be in PA. We're going to do it again. We're probably going to do it in Ohio. Jay's on here. I think we're doing the last week of April. We're going to do with this. We're going to do whoever comes. We're going to get people in there and we're going to have an investor club where there's opportunities. Like for Alex, for example, if he's sitting 500, 600 liquid, he wants to be there. He's going to there's going to be like 3 deals he could choose from. Are you kidding me? And we're family. Alex, what do you think? Isn't that like fire?
That's fire. You got people on this group who are very good operators, can find deals, and you have people who own businesses. And you need this group to work together, right? And what you have built, Marco, is a community where we get together and we can trust each other because you actually know each other, right? It's not just some random people off the street that you pulled in and it's, hey, we got this guy, he's got 5 deals. And it's like, oh shit, who's this guy, right?
They're posting on social media. I have a deal. I need JV partners on social media on a page with 50,000 views.
So what kind of quality are you going to get? Like some of the folks on the November group, they asked me, they said, man, what's the best thing you got out of this? Is it worth it? I said, this is like the best group. I said, you've just got invited to a group that you build a relationship. That's how you build the trust, right? It's all about relationship. That's how I see it. And in the long
And you
run,
know what's
that's what you
funny?
guys got to do.
When you build that relationship and you build that trust, and say me and Robert are doing the 4 unit, he's really worried. He wants to produce for me, and he's let me see if it's a little tight. I looked at him to make him feel better, the type of business person I am. I'm like, Rob, I'm doing great this year. Say I put 50K. I'm just gonna make you feel better that we're closing this. If I lose the 50K, I don't care. I'm like, I'll write it off. And he's like, I can see. I'm like, I want you to understand. I'm not gonna do the deal with you. We're friends. We're great friends. We're partners. Whatever. I don't want you to worry about doing deals because if you lose money, we have the relationship built. You didn't do it in bad intentions. We're buying a good deal because I know you and trust you, and it's not a scam. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Because you're not always gonna you want to always make money in investing, but you're gonna lose sometimes. But if you lose with good people and you both made mistakes, it's okay. Me and Chris Jackson on our new build in York, we had 250K hard. And this is true story. Once again, of being a good partner. He calls me up and I knew it. I saw the rates going up. I'm like, oh my God, we're not gonna be able to do this. Oh my God. It was in 22 when rates were going up. He was getting the permits and the timing. He's, bro, the bank wants to be able to pull the plug on our loan in 6 months if they want to. They're like literally saying we're taking all your money away. And I'm like, basically we can't do the deal because we could take that risk and put our invested risk. He goes, no, he goes, I'm really sorry, man. He was really down. I went like this. What are we splitting? We split 68,000 each. Me, hit Krista, him, and Dr. G. I went like this. I'm only letting Dr. G pay me 50K. I'm going to cover an extra 18,000 for Dr. G. I'm going to lose 68 plus 18,000 at Dr. G's. And I don't care. We closed 8 deals. I made a ton of money. I actually going to write it off. It's not a big deal. He was like, serious? I'm like, absolutely, dude. You're my fucking bro. We're a team. We've done so great together. We messed up. Let's protect our name. Me losing 68,000 and protecting my name and writing it off is important. I'm like, we're going to do more deals. We're going to win another day. It's okay. And I don't know if he expected that. I think he did, but as good as I handled it. And I could feel the energy on the call, him telling me really down. He's just like, yeah, man, like you never want to lose your friend's money. We're partners, we're friends, friends first and partners. And then the call and the energy, like, he's like, yeah, but you know what? I got another deal coming. And I got him to bring that energy back up, being a good partner and tell him like, bro, I mean, 2, 3, 4, 600,000 after. He's like, it's okay, man. We're not always going to win. So when you guys build these relationships, these partnerships, get really intimate, believe in each other. Don't argue. Me and Chris have been through so much. Me and Hadar, me and Darren. And when bad things happen, you got to stick to each other, next to each other. That 130 unit could have broke up Sharpline if we weren't good partners and we didn't know how to handle these situations. Okay?
And you're so right, Marco. You mentioned the word intention, right? The word intention is things happen in multifamily, right? Jay, you can speak to that. That 17 unit deal that we're in, right? Shit happens. A pipe busts and it's like, boom, $50,000, $70,000 out the door, right? But at the end of the call, Jay, I was like, we had our final call. We sold it and everything. Everyone make money. I was like, Jay, let's do something like this again. He's like, maybe not exactly like this again. We'll do something, but not exactly like this. Jay, speak to that, Jay. Your intention was there.
Absolutely. And I think I'm loving all the messages on this call. This is pure gold. We are in a different market cycle. And then on top of that, some deals can be home runs. And some deals, even though you put in all your energy and efforts, and they're going to be singles or doubles, there are always going to be some things that you cannot control. But I think, again, from that Chris Jackson post about the OKC property, it's the same message. What do you do when things get rough? And can you actually pull through 3 years of relentless efforts? And that's where I think it separates good operators from poor operators. And sure, maybe you didn't make infinite returns as initially projected, but protection of investor capital and getting them at least some returns. And honestly, I think even Robert mentioned it during our KC meetup that in one of his deals, things didn't go according to plan and he paid investors out of his own pocket. And I've seen good operators do that many times. And I think that's what it comes down to. So sometimes you have to be willing to lose money, lose your sleep to protect investor capital. And I think that's all it's about. If you're willing to do that, then I think no matter what the market cycle is, I think you've got a good future. So, but that was a fun experience. I'm still very disappointed about it and definitely a lot of lessons learned. I'm glad we didn't lose investor capital, but also that was one of the main reasons we brought property management in-house because you have to learn to control the things you
Got it.
can control. So
Good job. Now, guys, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I love people. I don't. If you're in the mastermind, I'm a leader. I love people. I'm not afraid to tell you I love you. Like Jay, I love you, bro. And you tell me you love me. I am so close for Jay. It's crazy. I get such an excitement when I'm going out to see him and spend time with him. And I just met him in 2020, but we have synergies. Wear your heart on your sleeve, guys. Ryan, wear your heart on your sleeve with your partners, with Robert. It's not just about doing deals, making money. The relationship trumps all that. Okay. And then the money follows, and the money's just great. And then if you wear your heart on your sleeve and you care about somebody, when times get tough, you'll be there for each other and the partnership won't break. Okay. I almost get a tear in my eye about this. The 130 was so tough in January 2023 that I didn't care about the money. I'd pay back my investors all my life if I had to. I'm such good friends with Chris that I'm like, I'm not going to do anything in my power. If I lose $3 million of investor money to pay them back, not to ruin my friendship with Chris. Because we went into this as friends beforehand. And we need to stay friends and need to stay partners. So when you partner with people, you got to be careful. Partner with people in MIH, build that relationship. Because if you're partnering just for money, when the tough times come, it's going to break up. You're going to start spiting each other, stabbing each other in the back, talking shit about each other. And so you guys see the theme of me as a leader in the mastermind. Really building friendships in my house. 25 people came to my house. Really getting intimate. So when we do these deals, we need to stick by each other. Because if you do, Jay, you do 20 deals, you are not going to hit 20. You're going to have one or two. And you did. You have one. There's going to be another one like that, Jay. You got to call your guys. Listen, this one's a dud, man. And then you bang your head in the wall fucking 50 times and you call your partner. I'm going to make it up to you. We're going to sell this, break you, whatever, but we're going to do more deals together. Better ones. We got to get past this. And I always say on the mastermind, what do I say? You got to power through 2023. You got to power through 2024. So you guys see the wearing your heart on the sleeve, why you become intimate, why you build these relationships. Because if you don't, and when you have that tough deal, you're not going to get through it. I told Chris when we parted in 2020, I'm like, dude, we have to power through everything. We have to be good partners to each other. If we lose money, I told him, like I just told Robert, if I lose money with you, I don't care. I need to make more money than I lose. So when I lose it, I don't care. Just keep moving on.
Michael, I just want to interject because it's one thing to say that, because a lot of people will say that, but actually doing it. I think there's so many people present themselves or even think that they have the grit and the personality and just the internal, regulation to say and actually follow through with everything you just said, Marco. And I think that's been my biggest learning.
But then I don't just say it. I'm the leader. I do it. I have.
Oh, I know you do. I've watched it. Yeah. And so there's no question there. I just think in what Jay went through in the 17 unit with your partners, like there just aren't a lot of people like
you have to
all
find
like us that will do anything truly to keep something afloat. And I just want to point that out because a lot of people say that they do this, and I get the people on this call.
So student for life, Lauren, student for life. You just said that there aren't a lot of people. What we do in MH? Why did I do this thing right here? You have to find them. We have to find them, and we have to build it. Michael Koussis, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm a visionary, and I'm already thinking about him. I'm teaching right now, and my brain is going all directions for him. It's crazy. I have to calm my brain down. What am I thinking about him right now as I'm teaching this? You have to come to April Jaideep's and get in this room right here because you need to get intimate with these people. I got you on the phone. Remember, you said, who should I call? Right away, Darren. He's the first person. I don't even care if he does a deal. Then you have to do a deal with him. You need him to direct you to the right people, not just the underwriting. So, Mike, if you haven't seen you had that deal now, you're in this room, and in KC, you didn't come. It's okay. You came to the other ones. You would have already had people, and you had this deal. The intimate relationship that you need is starting to be built. So April last week, I think you got to come to Jay's. You have to, because you're getting deals. Okay. And you're great at networking. You're on with Sip, Ryan. You guys are on like almost every week. You were for a while. You're doing it, bro. You're building that friendship, that interrelationship with those guys. See, Laura, what I'm saying? He's doing it. It's so important. They put up the pic. They're drinking coffee, beer, whatever, going on the right 10 o'clock at night. That's it. You're doing it, Mike. That's impressive. Keep doing it. Now get your ass to Jay's in April, and you got to be in that room because I know you're a deal finder. You have your back against the wall, and you're going to make shit happen. You got a couple deals. I keep telling you, get those 2 clips, get them done. Because when you do find the deal, you need cash to put in those deals. Okay? Am I wrong or right, Mike?
You're right on.
Hey man, we got 3 more flips on going to the contract right now too. So
Good. If you need money, I will fund them all. I have endless money in the group. So just get 7 in contract.
I
Okay.
love it. I
Right.
love being.
You
Thanks
can do
for
it. I need to make you a lot of money, and you need to put fucking money to multifamily. So keep your back against the wall. Do not get comfortable and make shit happen. Okay.
yeah.
Last
And
tip.
real quick, Marco, actually, I wanted to double down on what Lauren said. Lauren, what you said is so right that there's so many people who say a lot of things and they're great at marketing and selling, but there's very few people who can actually do. And I'll give you an example. Actually, Alex, even you don't know that yet. On our 17 unit, after our settlement, the buyer found out that they didn't get their right share of prorated rents and security deposits. So it was their job to find that out and review the settlement statement before we close. So technically, legally, we don't owe them anything. And then their property manager reached out to us, and our broker is saying, hey, you know what? Screw them. They were supposed to do this during DD. Now, legally, you're not supposed to give them anything. But Alex, I was going to reach out to you and all the partners about it. And now I'm saying this on this call. But we decided that we'll give them what's rightfully theirs, right? The security deposits that we hold, they have to go to the buyer. Legally, they cannot sue us because they were supposed to do this in DD, like I said. Same thing with the rents. But most people, I think even the broker advised me to just walk away. It's done deal. But I think there's very few people, and I've learned this through my personal experience because I truly believe in karma. And you have to make sure that you have to give people what's rightfully theirs. What's not yours to keep is not yours to keep. And if you believe in karma and if you are a high integrity person, I do think that I've seen that from my dad's experience. He has been taken advantage of multiple times because of his honest nature, but he's done incredibly well in life. So I think you have to do that. And in real estate, especially, I see a lot of people getting in because of greed and for money. And if that's your motivation, you're going to crash and burn. And that's why I love being the part of this group because Marco, Hadar, they do a great job in vetting people. You don't have anyone showing off their Ferraris and Lamborghinis and using that to attract capital. So huge difference there. Thank you.
We're good, Jay. At the end of the day, you got to do the right thing, right?
Yep.
Your intentions, what your intentions are, and do the right thing. We do that with patience. We do that in this group. And thank you for bringing that up. If that's what's rightfully theirs, go for it.
I'm going to end it with this, guys. And I'm going to say it twice because I need your brain to register this. Last tip. If you're going to quit your job, Ryan, I'm going to take you. I'm probably even going to pay for you. You need to go to Business Factory 120 Robbins, 5-day event. From 9 in the morning to 11 at night, he gives you 1 hour at 6 o'clock for dinner. The room is 55 degrees. You have to wear a sweatshirt and a jacket. I'm not joking because he sweats a lot and he keeps it 55. People get sick in the room. It's so cold. Swear to God. People have on 3 sweatshirts and a jacket. I'm not kidding. It transformed my life. It's everything I teach. 7 Forces of Business Mastery. Where's the thing? It's over there. Raving fans, innovation, evolution, constant strategic marketing. The 7 Forces of Business Mastery. Google 7 Forces of Business Mastery. If you quit your job, you need to learn each one and study them free. And then when you rip the fucking Band-Aid off, you pay $12,000 for 5 days and you go to Tony Robbins or me. I will redo it again for you guys in the mastermind. I'm going to bring 30 people there. He has it in West Palm Beach once a year. I was going to go again because COVID hit. I want to bring Wyatt. It's usually West Palm Beach once a year, in Vegas, in Dubai, all over. I'm not going to Vegas because I have 3 daughters. Unless my wife comes with me, that's not a place. So I usually do West Palm Beach. It's right next to me. I have a friend that works Tony Robbins. I might be able to get discounts instead of 12 grand, maybe some 7 grand, 5 grand, couple free. If we bring 30 people, we'll probably get a great discount. Ryan, you have to go to this. The lessons, I'll give you an example. There's a Latino guy there and it showed me I wasn't doing enough. He came, he was an immigrant. And I had a restaurant. I was an executive chef in a second restaurant. I got partnership 30% for free because I got him out of bankruptcy. So I had 2. I'm like, I'm doing a ton. I should slow down. I should watch more TV and more. This guy was there. Didn't go to college. He had 9 tattoo shops in California. And he was taking 5 days to be there. And he was working smarter, not harder. He had 4 or 5 vacations a year. Didn't go to college. I went to college and I was taking two vacations a year. Just picturing, what am I doing wrong? That was the second time I went to Tony Robbins. He was Tony Robbins taught. And when I was there, he looked at me. He goes, "Bro, you have two." He goes, "When you leave here, your life will never be the same." He gave me like a hug. Because I told him, I said, "Bro, I got to give you compliments. I went to college this and that, and you are trumping me, man. I'm like, I'm very impressed by you. Beyond. I'm like, I'm humbled. I don't even know what to say to you right now. I'm like, I thought I was a badass. I ain't shit compared to you right now."
Getting a group together or what?
Yeah, absolutely. We get discounts. So he looked at me, he hugged me, he's like, "Bro, you're here now." He goes, "When you leave, your life will never be the same." And that's what Tony Robbins said. It's true. Look what I'm doing. And he's right. It was 2015, 16. I had a couple deals. I have 5 businesses now and 48 deals. So Ryan, you will go to Business Mastery 1 with me. I don't do UPW. That's it. And there's a lot of relationship stuff. Unleash the Power Within. I don't do those. Those are more relationship, mindset, family. The Business Mastery 1 is literally business. It's nuts. It's unreal. So I'm going to do that. And with that, I want to let Robert speak or you guys speak. If you guys can drop off, it's an hour and a half. Alex, if we have to stop because it's too long, we can stop. We could take a couple questions, but I want to ask Robert if he's still on. Jay, I'm so glad you talked a little bit. So if anybody wants to ask a couple questions, they can, and I might direct the questions to people like Jay or Robert or Alex instead of me. So
We're good. We're good on time. I knew it wasn't going to be an hour call. Let's go.
let me stop share. Okay. So guys, don't be afraid to ask questions. Ryan, you got to have a question. Thank God you have a question because I did this for you, bro. If you have a question, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to reiterate that this call is super crucial because just like all of us, there's so many podcasts out there that preach like, oh, you need X amount of dollars passive income until you exceed your expenses. And then you can go full time into this. I actually started off doing stock trading because I had one lucky day and thought I could do it. And I spent 3 years going down that rabbit hole. And then I stumbled across real estate. And then again, all those podcasts say X amount of cash flow each day or each month. And I just had that real revelation too, that it's not as simple as that. There's so many more aspects to this. And I really enjoy the hustling, and this PowerPoint has really shown a lot more to that. So I'm glad you shared the information. It definitely shows a much clearer path towards all this. And I think a lot of us can take away a lot of gold nuggets from this. So I just wanted to reiterate that.
Today was a lot. Ryan, thank you. Today was a lot, but like I'm looking at Archie, you're new you need to spend 10 years with me and with Robert, with Alex, okay, with everybody here. So you're starting in November and there's so much excitement and by the way, what's amazing, you want to hear the family aspect? Yosef, I don't think he's on this call. And if he's not, I'm going to kill him. No kidding. Yosef, you know what he's doing for Archie? He's taken Archie under his wing. He's being Marco Barbaro. And he told Archie, I'm going to do everything for you that Marco did for me. Yosef is in 21 deals with me. That's family. Speak about that, Archie, a little bit.
Yeah, it's really amazing. This group of like amazing high level people, and I'm new, and here is a group of folks and Joseph totally taking me under his wing and helping me. And it's just really, I feel very grateful to be in this group.
So now Yosef calls me and goes, Marco. He gets excited like a kid. It's the funniest thing. Yosef gets excited like a 5-year-old kid when he calls me. I'm doing, and I slow him down. Like I used to do this with my brother. I'm at the restaurant. I would go with my brother with these crazy ideas. Bro, I'm going to deliver to New York City an hour and a half away. My brother's like, all right, let's refine this. So he told me what he's doing for Archie. I said, he's the doctor thing, the day, the whatever. I said, that's great. I knew why. I'm like, why are you doing that for him? And he goes, because you did it for me. You took me under your wing. You got me in all these deals. And I want to do that for Archie. And I told him, I said, you reassure Archie that we're going to help him, whatever he wants to learn. But it's going to take 2, 5, 7 years. It's about building that with him. And Yosef, by the way, is amazing. Robert's doing a mastermind. I coach Robert on this. Yosef is your guy, Robert. Yosef, because he had some other guys in mind. Yosef will book that mastermind for you. He helped me get people in MIH. He referred to so many people, but the right people too. Yosef is a talent in networking. Yosef is relentless. He works. I actually have to tell Yosef to go to sleep. He'll text me, yo, bro, can you jump on another Zoom call? It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, yes, but no. I'm like, the next time you text, we get out at 11. He gets on, he's yawning. I'm like, bro, take care of your body, get to bed. So Yosef, I actually have to tell to work a little less sometimes. He has it. He is that crazy entrepreneur. So yeah, I'm excited for you, Archie. They're doing a doctor Zoom call. And Archie's bringing doctors, Yosef's bringing doctors, and I'm going to jump on for 10 minutes, introduce myself, and Yosef is going to be Marco because now he's a student for life and he's educated and he's going to help people understand that multifamily is the best asset class with the right team. And not only is he helping Archie, but Archie's new to this. Archie's going to be a little intimidated in the beginning, but he's going to learn from that first call and his brain's going to get trained on visualization, how to do the second call better and how to do better. And then by the 10th call, it's repetition. And how did Marco get to where he is? Everything in life is repetition. That's it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Rob, you want to add something about your event next week that we're coming to real quick?
Yes. I'm going on, believe it or not, in February of 2025. It'll be going on the 5th year that I've known some of you guys, including connecting with you, Marco. And listen, 5 years may not seem like a long time, but it really is. People get married in 6 months to a year. We've become family. We've become friends. I come from a very heavy sales, marketing, and investor relations background in the hotel and hospitality sector in conjunction with real estate. So I've always had this level of deep, sincere passion for building relationships because that's how I truly feel everything is built. It starts with the relationship and everything else follows. Not many people have that vision. A lot of people are chasing money, they're chasing deals, they're not chasing the relationships. And that's where you get into these gray areas of morals and ethics and professionalism, all this integrity in this crazy, insane world of social media. You see all this stuff come out with bad operators, bad sponsors. They look like $1 million on paper, but they're not telling you all the bad stories. And bad stories do happen. And the best championship teams and dynasties have bad losses, but it's the group and it's the stability and foundation of the group that makes them win that next championship the next year. And that's how I feel about this family. Granted, there have been a few bad apples and a few bad tomatoes in every single group, and we weed them out. But the strength of this group is strong, and that's what I love. And we're all sincerely trying to help one another out. Next week, the event, I don't care about the fact that I don't have the top author in the country and the top music artist and these guys who are gurus all over social media. I care about the relationship building components that will be part of the group next week, coupled in with a few great topics with some great guest speakers, including wealth and health. And we have someone coming in who's going to talk about using food as medicine and how you can incorporate fitness, food, and health into your daily life, which aligns with a lot of us to become successful in life in general. If you're unhealthy, whether it's a toxic relationship, whether it's toxic food and substances that you're putting in your body, you're normally going to see it in the results of your business. So next week's event, first and foremost, is all about networking with good friends, soon to be partners, and new people that could be partners in the future, in addition to some great topics, including something new, which we want to implement into the meeting, which is using food as medicine and health. And that's really it. So I'm excited to be the 5th or 6th event as part of the MIH family. I'm pretty much attending every single event I possibly can. I think this will be the 6th one I attended this year, or 5th or 6th one. And I hope that we could become an annual event in the future moving forward for years to come. Yeah, so excited for those of you who are going to be there. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you, Marco, on Thursday, kicking it off.
I can't even sleep thinking about it, dude. I appreciate you so much.
Vice versa, my friend.
You know why we have the best group right now? Tell you why we have the best group. Not me, not Hadar. When you got Robert Musso and Jen and Lindsay doing events for MIH. That's when you have the best. When you have members starting to do events, that's epic. Okay. Yeah. That in saying that, we've gone an hour 45. If there's a last question, no more questions, I think we're good. And I don't want to keep you guys here any longer, but I think it would turn out to be a pretty good call today.
Hey, Marco, we appreciate you. And for those of you, we talked a lot about goals and what's happening in 2025. Christina is going to be our next speaker. Christina Kovacs, next month. You want to crush 2025 and beyond and know how to set yourself up to succeed next year. Make the call next month. We'll see you guys there. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
That's a wrap for today's 911 Real Estate Call. Thanks for showing up, sharing your thoughts, learning with us. Real estate isn't just about numbers, it's about creating intentional moves and finding opportunities that align with your goals. Whether you're saving lives, leading a business, or growing your investments, the goal is to make your money work for you. Stay engaged, keep learning. Let's keep pushing forward towards financial freedom. We look forward to seeing you on the next call. Until then, stay focused, stay connected, and keep building wealth one property at a time.